Hello. In the previous segments, we have now learned how to measure the period of an extrasolar planet, the distance between that planet and its star, the mass of that planet, the radius of that planet, the density of that planet, the temperature of that planet, and what elements are found in its atmosphere. So now that we know how to do this, what exactly have we found out? So we have surveyed over 4,000 other planets in our galaxy. And so here's some facts about them. One is many of these planets are very close to their parent star. There tend to be more small planets than large ones. So they found more terrestrial-sized planets than they have found Jovian planets. The densities of these planets vary between that of styrofoam and up to iron. So that doesn't mean that they have found planets that are made of styrofoam. That just means that they have found planets that have a density that is equivalent to styrofoam. And then they found some very dense planets, which means that they are probably made of iron or nickel. And then the location of these planets, they have found that some of these Jovian planets, like Jupiter and Saturn, are too close to their star so that they could not have formed there, which means that they had to have moved there. Well, we have taken all this information and we have put it onto a chart here. So going sideways on the chart is the mass of these planets in terms of Earth units. So a 1 means it's 1 times the mass of the Earth. A 2 meaning it's 2 times the mass of the Earth. And then going up and down, we plot the radius of these planets in terms of Jupiter's. So a 1 would mean that it's 1 times the radius of Jupiter. If it's a 0.1, then that means it's like 1/10 the radius of Jupiter, like Earth. So you'll notice that all of the planets in our solar system have been plotted onto this chart just for comparison purposes. Now I know that you can't read that chart very well, so if you want, you can stop the video and then you can expand it so that you can actually read what it says. But they've found all sorts of different kinds of planets. They've found very small planets. They've found planets that are actually bigger than Jupiter, so they call them super Jupiters. They have found terrestrial planets that are much larger than the Earth, so they call them super Earths. And then they have found, again, some of these planets have a density that is incredibly low, even lower than the density of Saturn, for example. So all sorts of different kinds of planets have been found in our galaxy. So this proposes a problem, which we will talk about in the next segment.